is Prather and Louisiana. Off speed, laced, and Wiltz catches it. And Louisiana is your Little League World Series champion.
Hello and welcome to Tigers Roar. Welcome into Scoreboards. I am Jonathan Poche. He is Buddy Sanji. Another edition of Tigers Roar. Yes, it is all about the Tigers. Week 1, Georgia Southern coming to Death Valley this weekend, but had to show you that Little League World Series, the final out. River Ridge, Louisiana takes home the title for the first time any Louisiana team has won the Little League World Series. Congratulations to those young men. It was awesome. I watched every pitch.
East Bank, Louisiana, they had the Southwest hats on, River Ridge. And I think the lady softballers in that area also won. But, I got to be honest with you. I'm an honest guy. I didn't see the first game that they lost to Hawaii. I think the problem was that I might have even been on the air or whatever. I just missed it. And then I started watching, and I said, I like this team.
Yeah.
And then, of course, you had to follow Reese Roussel because he was so hot. One game, 3 doubles and a grand salami.
Right.
And so it's amazing how in the summertime, all of a sudden, they get those claws into all of us, and you are invested, and you love it, and you say, when do they play next? First team ever to lose the first game and come back to win it.
That's right.
First team for Louisiana. And guess what, folks? It's given you great karma as we head into the LSU football season this Saturday. But a job well done. Coach did a great job. And I got to tell you something. They played more fundamentally sound in that tournament than LSU did at times this year.
I mean, everybody starts talking about the glory days when they get older and how they, back in my day, the game was different. I'm just going to be honest. My 11 and 12-year-old All-Star team, they would have beat the you-know-what out of us. I mean, that team was outstanding. Great brand of baseball that those kids are playing. I mean, did all the little things right. Outstanding defense. Had somebody come in each and every game and do an outstanding job on the mound. And you mentioned Reese Roussel really led the way for those young bats. And it was fun to watch, exciting. Everybody was happy when they got back. It was just a great experience for those young men.
And, of course, Bryce and his brother, the Jordan twins, were really good when they were growing up out of Lake Charles. But you would not believe the number of messages on Twitter, Facebook, all the other places, social media, along with my phone. Man, you think Coach Manera is going to talk to this guy. And, of course, he had such a sweet swing.
Yep.
Wasn't trying to hit home runs, just drive the baseball. What I loved real quick, patience. He was hitting. He was hot.
Yeah.
And when you're hot, the ball looks like a grapefruit.
Yep.
Well, guess what? He wasn't forcing it, JP. He let the game come to him, and I hope that Eddie is going to instill a little more patience with LSU and not guessing and swinging so many bad pitches. But, hey, enough about baseball.
That's right.
It is the most exciting opener for LSU fans in a year. And I say that being joking, but I'm telling you, JP, LSU fans still to this day, 75% are buying the spread. Hurry up, no tempo, no huddle.
Right.
25% are saying, I'm from Missouri, I want to see it Saturday night.
Right. Well, it is the first time in a while that LSU has had a home game to open up the season. Last time, of course, against McNeese when the big flood came. And the game had to be rescheduled. Never was picked up, but LSU is excited to be at Death Valley for their home opener. We're going to hear a lot from Coach O in this episode of Tigers Roar. We're also going to hear from Chad Lunsford, the head coach from Georgia Southern, how they've been preparing for LSU. I like the way he runs his program. I mean, he doesn't get too ahead of himself. Said it's a blue-collar group. They're going to execute what they need to do and show the Tigers what they're capable of on Saturday night.
Yeah, no doubt about it. They're not as good as they have been. They were picked third in their conference. They did win 10 games. They did not throw an INT. Now, Joe Burrow and LSU threw 5.
Yep.
But, they're a triple option team.
Yep.
You got to have assignment football, got to tackle the dive, got to obviously be responsible for the quarterback, and then you got to be ready for the pitch if there's some open space. They can make big plays in the run game, more than likely not making too many big plays in the pass game. I just think with the better push the defensive line is going to have this year, I want to see them push some people around in game 1. Tyler Shelvin, Apu Ika, and Joe Evans at nose guard. Of course, Glenn Logan, Rashard Lawrence, and Breeden Fehoko, along with a touch of some other guys. linebackers galore, and how about this quartet? Derek Stingley Jr. to start as a true freshman. Yep. Kristen Fulton, a senior money year.
Yep.
Grant Delpit, a junior money year, and wants to be a top 5 draft pick and will be that if he stays healthy. And then Jacoby Stevens, who is going to rock some people's world with his combination of playing run defense and blitzing the quarterback.
Well, Coach O is undefeated in his season openers going back to his Ole Miss days. He won his first 3 there. Also 2-0 at LSU. You mentioned the assignment football. What helps LSU is those fast linebackers. I mean, yeah, it's assignment football, but that speed can kind of make up for some missed assignments early in the game.
Yeah, and the spread is 27.5, 28, and you do have to respect a good team. You know, most people talk this week about they're glad to get this out of the way, because if you have to prepare for the triple option in week 6 or 7 or 8 or 9,
right,
it's more bothersome. But they've had all summer to work on it. Coach O said all the analysts and people involved been working a lot of hours to make sure that they have all this covered. And I would be disappointed if LSU gives up a score. JP, I did some statistical research this week for Tiger Bait. LSU only gave up 36 points last year in the first quarter. That's between the 13 games. That's less than 3 a game.
Right.
So I want to see a goose egg in the first quarter, and I want to see Joe Burrow in that offense. You know, the last couple of years, you'd sit there and you'd see, well, can the guys block? Are they going to play 8 in the box? Are they going to show you can throw? And then it opens up after game 3 or 4. This year, I want to see the offense in full gear, and really putting pressure on the defense, starting in game 1. And
right,
I would hope to see something like 14-0 by the end of the first quarter.
Right, early dominance would be a good sign for the Tigers. A lot of people are talking about maybe they're looking ahead to week 2 to play Texas. I don't think that's the case. A great coaching staff under Coach Ed Ogeron. He's going to have those guys prepared. They got to take care of Georgia Southern before they can move on to Texas. They do one game at a time.
Yeah, Texas is playing at home against Louisiana Tech, so we'll get a chance. You know I'm a puncher. No, I don't give you an uppercut. But on Saturday, I'm doing this with the remote, so I'm going to be watching 4 games at one time. I've already seen it. Georgia and Vandy, Auburn and Oregon, LSU and Georgia Southern, and Louisiana Tech and Texas, all about the same time. So everybody plays the video games. I'm going to be playing the video games with that remote control. I better change the batteries Friday night.
We have a lot of good stuff here on Tigers Roar. We're going to get to our first break. After I tell you about scoreboards, 10655 Coursey Boulevard. There you see right there, every day a different lunch special. You get a great price on some great food. Tuesday, chicken fettuccine is outstanding. Wednesday, your red beans and rice with sausage. Thursday, the hamburger steak, and Friday, crawfish etouffee. Also, all over the weekend, they have live entertainment. This is a big football weekend, obviously. They have a big tailgate for Saturday with drink specials. Come check us out. This big video wall behind us, it is a TV, so you'll be able to watch the Tigers in a very, very big fashion. Bring the whole crew. You have a big bar, huge dining area, lots of great food. Come check out Scoreboards, all-day tailgate, Saturday and Sunday. It's going to be a great time. Don't miss out. I'm Jonathan Poche. He is Buddy Sanji. We'll be right back after this break right here on Tigers Roar.
Remember what these trips were like before you put the screens in the back seats?
I don't want to think about it.
Are we there yet? I'm hungry. Where are we?
Go, go, go. That game should keep them occupied.
Oh, yeah!
Dad!
Oh, in your face!
Don't make me get back there.
You don't need a new car to have new technology. Mike's Audio, conveniently located on Airline Highway near the corner of Bluebonnet.
Hi, I am Dr. Farrell Fruget Jr., and I am a general dentist at Fruget Family Dentistry. I was born and raised in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. I went to Catholic High School, LSU, and LSU School of Dentistry in New Orleans, where I received my DDS degree in 1986. I always have and will continue to be committed to continuing my education, to invest in technology which makes the diagnosis and delivery of dentistry more thorough, more comfortable, and more aesthetically pleasing. In our practice, we are here to serve the patients. We want to improve their quality of life and to develop relationships with our patients. In dentistry, we have a chance to impact lives on a daily basis, not just by doing dentistry, but by getting to know them and being a part of their life. We also believe in giving back to our community. So every year, we give back to the Greater Baton Rouge Food Bank, Toys for Tots, and Mary Bird Perkins Cancer Center. Please stop by and visit our office. We would love to take care of you and your family.
Hi, I'm Bobby Yarborough with Manda Fine Meats. Here at Manda, we know what the folks of South Louisiana love. They love great flavored smoked sausage, delicious deli meats, and specialty items like boudin and andouille sausage. Manda Fine Meats has been providing these products since 1947. We produce them right here in Baton Rouge, so you know you're always getting the freshest product at your local grocery store. Manda Fine Meats. Taste the fresh local flavor in everything we make. Make it Manda every time.
Live and play on the fairway at Greystone Golf and Country Club, a serene, challenging golf destination located in Denham Springs. For tee times and membership opportunities, go to GreystoneCountryClub.com.
I want to jump right into it. LSU faces Georgia Southern this weekend, 6:30 on ESPNU from Tiger Stadium, Death Valley, Baton Rouge, Louisiana. But, man, you know Coach Ed is fired up. All the talk, all the off-season work, all the recruiting, that's all over for now. Now you focus on week one, Georgia Southern and the Eagles. Coach O, got to be hyped up about that.
Well, of course, they are number 6 in both the college coaches poll as well as the AP. You remember what they were last year coming out?
25?
25. And so expectations are huge.
Right.
But I do think that Coach O's excited. We've told you all the things that we think are going to happen. You're going to be more interested in the offense. It's going to be hurry up, no huddle, fast tempo, a lot of dinks and dunks, a lot of get rid of the football quickly. Look, if you could tell me they're going to stay healthy, and oh, by the way, folks, dun, 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 dun. Dylan Moses got hurt.
Oh, man.
Oh, my goodness. I feel so bad for that kid.
That's a blow. Yeah.
Their third big-time five-star for Bama getting hurt. I know I talk about injuries a lot. That's at Korma. But Korma can be a BI at times.
That's right.
And for those that don't know, now they have more depth. Georgia and Alabama have more five-stars than anybody.
Yeah.
But still, if you take hits later on in the year with this LSU team like Bama's taking now, all kidding aside, that's why I picked 10-2. If you tell me they're going to stay healthy, that's why I brought this hat right here. They've got a chance to compete and be in the SEC championship game if they stay healthy.
Well, Coach O had his week 1 press conference. It'll be a weekly event. Without further ado, I want to hear from Coach O right here on Tigers Roar. Here is head coach Ed Orgeron.
Hello, everybody. What a great week. Excited to play in Tiger Stadium on Saturday night, 6:30 Central Standard Time. We're excited about Tell the Truth Monday, about the process, about talking about preseason game number 3, which was fantastic. It was a mock game. We split the teams up. Our coaches did a tremendous job of organization. We went through every scenario we could imagine. We was in pregame. We had a locker room stretch with Tommy Moffitt. We had a pregame warm-up. We went in at halftime, made our adjustments, came out. Our guys did a tremendous job. They're ready to go. They're ready to attack the week and go through the process. And we are playing a very good Georgia Southern team, a tough, hard-nosed football team that won 10 games last year. They plus 22 in the turnover margin. That's elite. That's number 1 in the country. It's a phenomenal stat. And this is a well-coached football team. I want to talk about the offense a little bit. They're a triple option. We worked a lot last week. We had a bonus week. Thank God we did. We got a little jump on them, and our guys are still working on the game plan on the triple option. It's going to pose problems for us. We got to be in the right place, tackle the dive, tackle the quarterback, tackle the pitch. If you make a mistake, it could be a big play. They returned 5 starters. They averaged 30 points per game, 266 yards rushing, 79 passing. Their quarterback, Wirtz, is their top player, dual-threat quarterback. He is very, very dangerous. He knows how to operate in this offense. He's a great runner. He's a good passer. 2 good running backs, Logan Wright, number 2, and Wesley Kennedy, number 12. Wesley's very talented. He's fast. He can get on the edge, take the pitch, and go to the house. Their offensive line is tough and physical. On defense, they're a 3-4 team. They returned 7 starters. Only gave up 21 points per game, 357 yards. They're very stout. They play fundamentals. They don't blitz a lot. They got a good, hard-nosed defensive line led by number 92, Raymond Johnson, and number 96, Ty Phillips. The best player on their team is Kendall Viter. He was all-conference, Sunbelt Conference, Defensive Player of the Year. This guy's a pro football player. On special teams, punt coverage, 5.3 yards per return, 24th in the country. They're very solid across the board in kickoffs. Wesley's a kickoff returner. He's very, very dangerous, 22 yards per return. This week is going to be about the LSU Tigers. We're focusing on the fundamentals, focusing on getting game ready, ongoing skill development on a daily process. Coaches are ready to go. Recruiting is going to rev up again. We have a lot of recruits at our game this week. We're going to start recruiting 2021 class hard. On Sunday is the first day we can call 2020. We can text 2021, so we got a lot of work to do this week. But we're excited. It was the first day of school. Last Thursday night, we had a practice underneath the lights, so our returners could catch underneath the lights, receivers can catch under the light. And the Golden Band from Tigerland came in and played for us. They played for about 40 minutes. I want to thank them. It made it game-like. You can see our guys were fired up, ready to go. Any questions?
Ed, I guess just what's the kind of unique challenge of facing a triple option team in week 1, and what kind of look has John Trey Kirkland gave you?
Yeah, John Trey, like I said before, has been the MVP of the week. He's done a tremendous job. The speed of the game, they're going to come out all fired up, and we're going to have to adjust to the speed of the game. They'll have something new, some nuance that we're going to have to get on the sideline. We're well equipped with our coaching staff to fix it. The biggest thing is we watch some games on TV is tackling. No, we got to tackle. We got to tackle in the open space. We got to be in the right place. We got to get hats to the ball, and we got to call some turnovers. These guys don't give up the ball much.
To go off that, I guess, how far back does your staff and analysts and whatnot start preparing for how to stop a triple option?
I would say we started breaking them down last February. Started looking at them in the spring. Analysts did a great job in recruiting. In the recruiting period, we had extensive meetings on them. We had walkthroughs on them, so we've been preparing for them since the spring.
Ed, last week you were talking about questions you still had. One of them was tackling, like you were talking there. Where is the team at with that, and how do you build for that this week and solve that issue?
We work on it. We work on tackling circuit every day. Obviously, you don't tackle every day in practice. We tackle on scrimmages. Last scrimmage was only helmets. So you got to get in the first game, man. We're going to practice tackling every day this week. You got to get in the first game and see where we're at.
Hey, Coach, can you kind of give a rundown of the offensive line and who do you expect to start at each position?
Well, Sadiq's going to start at left tackle. Left guard is going to be between Chason Hines and Adrian McGee. Our center is going to be Lloyd. Right guard is going to be D-Lou. And right tackle is going to be Austin. Bedora's a guy that can play a guard. He can play tackle. Those guys will be interchangeable.
Coach, obviously goal number 1 is to win, but just goal number 2, how much do you guys want to prove to yourselves that you can go out in the field and really execute this offense for the first time?
Yeah, our guys are excited about it. And I know that our offense has been working very hard. We're looking forward to putting this spread offense on the field against a good Georgia Southern defense. I want to see our speed. We got a lot of speed. We give the receivers the ball in space, let them make plays. but we want to be 50-50 with the run game. We still want to be physical. We want to control the clock. Be interested to see how we do. I think we'll do very well.
With the exception of Kason Thomas, you've had a remarkably injury-free preseason. How much does that reflect your attitude about how much get guys to practice, hold them off? And do you have to sometimes, I know you win every argument, but do you have to sometimes tell them, son, this is not, sit down, we'll use you later?
Well, sure. You know, Justin Jefferson, the last scrimmage, we didn't practice him. He wanted to play. And I want to see those young receivers, Clyde Edwards-Helaire and Leonard Fournette. We didn't play in the last scrimmage. I want to see those young running backs run the football. They kind of understood, but they missed it once we got out there. But you know what? The way our practice is structured, we have a lot of walkthroughs. A lot of times we're not hitting. Sometimes we are hitting, and we do hit. I think that Jack Marucci does a tremendous job of gauging everything. Tommy measures how hard we're working. We talk about that all the time, and it's a tribute to those guys.
You also have had, knock on wood, you read about problems, players getting in trouble everywhere else. None of that's come. You haven't had anything like that this year. How much does that reflect the attitude of this team?
I do believe the culture has changed. No, it's not all the way where we want it. In recruiting, we recruit character. We tell our team that character counts. Do the right thing, protect the team. And so far it's been really good.
Coach, you said that the nose tackle battle is going to be pretty fluid throughout the season, but did Tyler Shelvin kind of officially take that spot, or is it still pretty?
No, it's still he and Apu are listed right there. He and Apu are both starters for me, and the guy that's coming along is Joe Evans. Joe Evans has proved that he can play for LSU. He's ready to play as a freshman. He can play at nose tackle. He can play at end. We're very pleased with his play so far.
Coach, on your right, from the depth chart, I mean, it looks like you've got a chance for about 18 of your 22 starters to be juniors or seniors, and then you mix in guys like Stingley and them. How does it translate? What do you see, from a group that is veteran?
Confident, leadership. We've thrown a lot at them. Execution, discipline out there, and I expect them to play like that. These guys are raring to go, but they've done it before. They play as a cohesive team right now, but we'll see. The first game is going to tell a lot about your football team.
Coach, over here, your impressions of John Emery, 1. 2, you have a lot of tailbacks. How do you keep all those, I don't know if it's the proper term, keep all those guys healthy? Or does that stuff sorted out? How do you think that works to kind of figure out what's going to go on back there during the season?
First of all, John Emery is everything and more that we thought about in recruiting. He and Ty were the two best backs in the country, in our opinion. They're different. He can make you miss. He has tremendous feet. He has tremendous vision. He needs to get a little bit stronger in the weight room, get more comfortable in the offense. There were a lot of times in practice where he broke outside, we didn't catch him. So he had some explosive runs, very explosive runs. Tommy Robinson has done a good job with our running backs. Clyde Edwards-Helaire is our starter. Leonard Fournette is going to go in there. Chris Curry is going to play, and so are the young guys. So it'll be a running back by committee. But as you know, when you play in this schedule, you're going to need all those guys. We tell them all to stay healthy and all to stay positive.
Ed, down here, your depth at corner, I mean, you saw that through the camp with Christian out for a little bit. What do you see behind them going into the year and where they're at there?
We're really, really impressed with Cordell Flott. All of those corners, but I think Cordell Flott has separated himself. That if he would have to start for us right now, we feel comfortable putting him in. Jay Ward is a good tackler. He's very strong. Darius has had a couple of injuries, so he's not ready to go right now. But we really like those young guys. We think that it was an excellent class. Christian's going to be ready to go. Derek's going to be ready to go. And we feel like we're strong at corner.
At linebacker, you mentioned some of the battle through there with Jacob Phillips and those guys. What's that looking like? And I remember you were saying that could come down to game day.
They are battling, man. It's very close between him and Patrick. And that's going to be a game-time decision. Again, I want to say this. Damone Clark has had an excellent camp. You're going to see him a lot. He's going to play a lot. I expect him to be an excellent LSU linebacker.
To your left. Playing a triple triple option team like Georgia Southern, how does that speak to the value of having analysts as part of your staff? And to that end, what role has Dennis Johnson played in that, since obviously he hasn't been able to coach hands-on on the field?
You know, it's funny you mentioned that. I was just talking about that this morning. I got to work about 5:30 this morning. There were about 8 coaches there already. And I get in there and do the things I need to do, and I walk down the hall. Kevin Call has a tip sheet to give to the cornerbacks. It has pictures on it about splits and certain routes and all the routes that they run. And that's just another tool for us that 2 years ago we didn't have. And that's going on all over at every position. We have Kevin Cosgrove that was a defensive coordinator at Wisconsin who played against them. He was at New Mexico State last year, who played against these guys, and is excellent at defending an option. And those guys are in the room. We have Bill Johnson that played at Texas A&M, that played against the option. So we have a lot of knowledge. We have a lot of guys that have a lot of great suggestions. And I think Dave has put it all together. He's going to have a great plan.
That was head coach Ed Orgeron on the first part of his weekly press conference. Looking forward to week 1 against Georgia Southern. Talking about all the guys he's getting back at practice. One in particular, it really is important to that offensive line depth, is Chasen Hines. The guy really hadn't practiced much, but they got him back last week.
Yeah, and that's still a battle at left guard between Chasen Hines, 57, and Adrian McGee, who's 73. McGee is a big guy, 335-ish, 340, and got hurt early last year, but he's worked hard. I think Chasen Hines is better, but as you alluded to, hadn't been there for a lot of the scrimmages and a lot of the camps, so they'll alternate there. Obviously, questions about preparing for the triple option. He's really fired up about Joe Burrow. He's fired up about his receivers. I think, JP, a lot of people are sleeping on Clyde Edwards-Helaire. And I know that John Emery is sexy, and I know that T. Davis Price is sexy. Leonard Fournette will have some wheel routes and some plays. I don't know what's going to happen with Curry, but he might be short yardage.
Yeah.
And but look, a lot of talk. One of the things that we will talk about before we go to break and come back and hear more Coach Joe is tackling. And if you watch the Florida-Miami game like many people did, and you're watching and you're seeing some bad tackling, and if you do have difference makers, that can be a big play. There were a couple plays where they didn't wrap up, and the next thing you know, the guy's 65 yards down the field with a score. We also saw what a big D-bag that Felipe Franks is. He is the president of that club right now. Just total out of control. Yeah. That's what's so cool about Joe Burrow. He is cool out there. He makes a play. The guy scored 4 touchdowns, threw 4 touchdown passes in the bowl game.
Tied the bowl record.
He didn't do all this stuff. It's not about Joe Burrow. It's about the team. And oh, by the way, a little footnote, he came to LSU before they had implemented the spread. It's just good karma, and you know, it's a nice story to see Joe in the offense that he's best suited for. But the tackling, JP, that's the thing you got to give LSU and Georgia Southern a little leeway on. LSU's not hit that much. They're going to miss some tackles, but they're also going to have some snot knockers. Yeah. Special teams and penalties, that kind of stuff. And let's be honest, folks, this is the first game that Steve Ensminger and Joe Brady will work together in a game-time situation. Now, Steve will call the plays, and Joe Brady will be there with suggestions and looking forward to seeing how that works. Right. But you always hear this axiom, you improve the most from the first game to the second game. Well, how beautiful is that with the schedule this year? You get a chance, a dress rehearsal. I'm not discounting what Georgia Southern brings to the table, but you're going to have a few faux pas. We saw it with Florida-Miami. Yeah. I hope it's not. I hope they're not serving up sloppy joes in the concession stand, because they served up a bunch with Florida and Miami.
You heard at the end of that press conference, the first part of that press conference, Coach O talking about Dave Aranda and his schemes and what he's going to put together. Dave Aranda's got to be excited about getting number 18 back, Cle'Veon Chaisson, a guy that's going to bring another dimension to that defensive line, going to bring a lot of pressure, hopefully double-digit sacks for Tigers this year, and he can't now wait to get back on the field.
Man, you just forget how impressive he is in in the uniform. And we got our cup of coffee and maybe a biscuit every now and then to wait and see out there 20, 30 minutes from time to time. And, first of all, he was in number 4, but he's put on about 10 pounds of really good muscle. Yeah. And he's legitimate 250. He's wearing number 18. And I think he is going to be, a lot of people will be talking about, hey, where is 18 on every snap? I think he can have that kind of impact as an edge rusher. And he's excited. He's told us a couple times, hey, man, I can cover too. Yeah. So Dave Aranda, but we'll get to see what they start off. I'd be disappointed if they gave up too many big plays because, as you alluded to earlier, JP, they've got guys, if you make a mental mistake, they catch up with their speed.
Right. We'll hear from more from Coach O, part 2 of his press conference right after this break, right here on Tigers Roar.
Creel Tree Service is a licensed and insured tree service providing tree and stump removal, topping, trimming, cabling, pruning, and fertilizing. We have free stump removal with takedowns, free estimates, affordable rates, and senior citizens discounts. Call 774-TREE. That's 774-8733. Get your yard ready for the warmer weather. If it deals with a tree, call me, Creel Tree Service, 774-8733. That's 774-TREE.
When my wife and I started Relief Windows, what we were trying to do, what our goal was to give a quality job to a homeowner. Everybody's scared of contractors. We wanted to change the mold of what that is. Not showing up on time, not answering the phone, somebody running with your money. The reason why you should pick Relief Windows to do your renovation of your home, windows, doors, Hardy Plank, or siding, is because of the experience, quality service of our company. Service is everything we have. It's the foundation of our company. We're going to show up on time. We're going to do the job right. Over 60% of our customers is customer referral. We're a local company here in Baton Rouge, built in Baton Rouge, staying in Baton Rouge. Okay. The job's not done until you're happy and we're happy. It's built the old-fashioned way, with a handshake. Here at Relief Windows is honored to be official window, door, and siding company of LSU Athletics, from one winning team to another.
Remember the smell of vinyl? What happened to all your old records? Lost in a move? Thrown out by the ex? Get them back. Classic Vinyl's Record Store and Collectibles, 13847 Coursey, where you can find all old vinyl, all genres of music, rock, country, blues, and R&B. Classic Vinyls and Collectibles behind Mary Lee Donuts and Coursey. If they don't have it, they'll get it. Look for them on Facebook. Classic Vinyls, sponsors of Classic Vinyls Classic Rock Night Thursdays at Scoreboards on Coursey.
Hi, I'm Bobby Yarborough with Manda Fine Meats. Here at Manda, we know what the folks of South Louisiana love. They love great flavored smoked sausage, delicious deli meats, and specialty items like boudin and andouille sausage. Manda Fine Meats has been providing these products since 1947. We produce them right here in Baton Rouge, so you know you're always getting the freshest product at your local grocery store. Manda Fine Meats. Taste the fresh local flavor in everything we make. Make it Manda every time.
Hello. Hola. 你好.
Experience what the Baton Rouge International School can offer your children. Now welcoming displaced students for short and long-term stability.
This is an important announcement. If you're between 50 and 85 and worried about your loved ones, you can still get affordable life insurance for peace of mind.
My life insurance coverage is guaranteed, and I was not required to get a medical exam.
I had high blood pressure and diabetes, and I got my coverage with one telephone call. No exam necessary.
I'm a smoker, and I wanted to take care of my family. I called to get my life insurance and my affairs in order. I wanted to do the right thing.
Call Final Expense No Exam Insurance. Your rates are guaranteed and will never increase.
I called and learned that this insurance cannot be canceled even if you get sick or gain weight.
And there are no restrictions on how my beneficiaries use the money when I'm gone.
Approval was easy and the price was right. I wanted to do this for my children.
Call 800-654-9927, 800-654-9927.
I'm Jonathan Poche. He's the Bud Man, Buddy Sanji. In segment 2 of this show, you heard from Coach O, part 1 of his weekly press conference leading up to week 1 against the Georgia Southern Eagles. LSU Tigers looking forward to the game Saturday night at home. I want to let you hear from Coach O, part 2 of his weekly conference right now, right here on Tigers Roar.
Yeah, Clyde. I think Clyde is going to do a good job for us. We have a couple of guys we would like to get in there, but Clyde is going to hold on to the football and get positive yards for us.
Coach, you talked about, triple option, that team. They don't turn the ball over very much, but, they've also won, like the last 10 games, they won the rushing battle in. So what else are they doing in those games that just gets them the edge?
Well, they run that wheel route and that rail route, and all of a sudden it's wide open. You get your safeties to pop up. You get another guy in the box, and they see it. They do a great job of calling plays. Go play action pass and throw the ball right behind your head, and there's the guy wide open. Typical option team. The thing that what happens when this quarterback gets on the edge, he's very dangerous. He can make you miss, and he'll pitch it at any time. That's where they make their big plays.
Coach, to your right. Tigers ranked number 6 this season. Last year, at the beginning of the season, they weren't ranked nearly as high. And I kind of felt like last season they loved being the underdogs, and that's how they excelled throughout the season. Yeah. So does being ranked number 6 change their mindset at all?
It better not. Better not. Block out the noise. Because none of those rankings matter to me till the season's over. That's when you look at it. That has never been mentioned by me in the meeting. There's never been mentioned by any of the coaches. That's just something that's out there that's called noise, in my opinion. We got to focus in on the task at hand. We got to be hungry. But I appreciate you complimenting the team last year. They had character. They had grit. And it was an internal motivation for everybody. And we got to have that same internal motivation to take it to the next step this year. I think we look at this week. It'd be easy to name a starter today, but I like to have the competition. I like to see how they're going to practice this week, how they're going to act. And then on Friday night, I'd like to talk to the coaches, what kind of week they had. So this is going to motivate those guys to have a great week, to keep competing all week. Then we'll make a decision Friday or Saturday. Yeah, I do believe we have several different tempos. We are strictly spread. That's the first time LSU has been strictly spread. We have the talent to be spread offense. We can go 5 receivers at any time, 4 receivers. We're mainly going to be out of 11 personnel, 1 tight end, 3 receivers, 1 back. And Coach Ensminger has a tremendous plan. Our offensive line has to improve. We're going to be in 5-man protection a lot, get a lot of people out, throwing our backs the ball out the backfield, and still run the ball. I do believe we're going to be great because of our quarterback. Our quarterback can handle most situations. I think he's a game changer.
Coach, as a staff, you all see that Florida-Miami game, all the penalties, the timeout being wasted, some of the sportsmanlike stuff, and y'all look at some of the game management stuff that put a problem in the first game and come into focus on it.
Yeah, you bring up a good point. Obviously, we watch games with night off. There's a lot of learning that we do. And we teach our guys in a positive way what we're teaching them. We work on game management a bunch. We call it the winning edge. We've had about 5 or 6 of them. We go through different type of scenarios. Hopefully that doesn't happen to us. We want to be a disciplined football team. We want to tackle well, want to play hard. But we did learn a lot of things from that game.
Coach, a lot of the all-season talk at tight end has been about Stephon Sullivan, but how has Thaddeus Moss really taken to the new offense, and how has he performed in it so far?
Thaddeus has had a great camp. I do believe that he and Stephon are considered starters now. Thaddeus can block. He's big and physical, catches the ball well, is very mature. He and Joel have a tremendous combination. He's made some tremendous catches. He has great hands. That's why we recruited him, because of his catching ability. Stefan is a difference maker. Obviously, he's not the biggest blocker like Thaddeus would be, but can stretch the field. We can flex him out, do a lot of things with him. And Stefan has proved to us he can make big plays in big games.
Ed, and you also changed on the defensive line to more of an aggressive nature. Does that present some issues against Georgia Southern when kind of an offense that likes to get people out of position and force you to be assignment sound? And how do you counter that?
Yeah, tackles for loss are going to be a premium for us. Sacks are going to be a premium for us, but it's hard to sack them when they don't throw the ball a lot. Now, they do have some play-action passes. They throw the football. I do believe in this game plan that we need to play assignment football. Whether it's a tackle for a loss or not is not the premium. It's who got the dive, who got the quarterback, and who got the pitch. And we got to tackle the guy when we get there. There's going to be a lot of one-on-one tackles in space that we have to make. If we don't make it, it would be a big play.
Coach, in general terms, can you just talk about that first game for you personally, just the anticipation of seeing what your team's going to be like, the anticipation of running out of the tunnel for the first time, just all that for a coach?
Yeah, well, it's about them always. I'm excited. I see how hard our staff works. I see our guys coming together. First game, there's always some questions in your mind. What about this? And he talked about it, game management. You want to make sure everything's clean. I tell our guys we put 11 men on the field and we fight like Tigers. So substitutions is critical. Running on and off the field, all dressed together, looking sharp, blocking, tackling, playing hard, playing like Tigers.
Coach, obviously. I'm sorry, John. My apologies. Go ahead.
Thank you, Ed. Coach, you've coached at a lot of great places, a lot of great players. How unusual is a Derek Stingley to come in and do what he's done in a short period of time?
He's special. He is special and great character. His dad's a coach, great mom. Doesn't say a word. Has tremendous ball skills, has tremendous awareness, wants to be great. Is always working on Saturday and Sunday. Nothing has been too big for him yet. And so I'm sure he's going to get challenged this year. He will. Every cornerback does. But I do believe he has a chance to be a great player. Now, he hasn't done it yet, but he has a chance to do it.
Coach, you had a exceptional kicker last year. How do you feel about that position now, and who's going to be doing the kicking for you?
Cade York has had a great camp. He's kicked 2 51-yard field goals in each scrimmage. One scrimmage, he was 8 out of 10. The next one, he was very close to 8 out of 10, 7 out of 9. When the band played, it was a little wet on Thursday night. He missed 2 kicks, which would be a game-type situation. We believe in Cade, but we have to put him under the pressure and underneath the lights. But I do believe that he has a stronger leg than our kicker last year. Now, the ball gets up higher. He's very fast with his kicks. I think that this guy has a bigger upside. We need to see, though.
Hey, Coach, over here. You talked about first game substitutions. What will the tempo of this offense look like? How noticeable will it be? And what kind of tempo does Georgia Southern play with?
Yeah, our tempo will be fast. We will slow it down if we need to slow it, but we want to go fast, especially in certain situations. There'll be no huddle. I told the guys to get in the huddle. They don't know what that is anymore. So Georgia Southern does use some tempo, but more or less they like to get in the line of scrimmage. They like to look what defense you're in and then call the play. So I don't expect a hurry up from them, but we will be in some hurry up, son. But, hey, by the way, I saw that commercial about you, man. You was a young guy, and it's kind of cool. I like that commercial. That was a good commercial, man.
Yeah, Ed, right here. Talk about your game day organization. Who's in the booth and who's on the sideline?
Yeah, Dave is on the sideline, obviously. Bill Bush will be on the sideline this year because we lost Dennis Johnson. And Dennis did a great job on the sideline. So Christian Lockershore will be singling in. Also, Bill Bush will be helping. All our defense will be on the sideline this year, and that's because of Dennis's injury. On offense, Steve and Joe will be up in the booth, and obviously Steve's calling the plays. Joe's up there making suggestions, and the rest of the guys on the sideline.
Ed, we've almost gone the entire press conference, and nobody's asked about your quarterback. Does that just speak to what he brings to this year and this team?
About Joe? Yes, Joe has been stellar since he got here. He's quiet, unassuming. I know sometimes in his interviews he's not, but he is very professional when he comes to work. He's into it, wants to win, wants to get better every day. He's had an excellent camp. He thrives in this offense. This is his type of offense. He's excited to go out there and have a lot of success.
Coach, that's time for one or two more questions. Anybody else have a question?
Speaking of Joe, he told us once in the preseason that he wants to block like on a reverse or something like that. Is that when he says that? Do y'all ignore him when he says that?
Yeah, I tell him he can't. But he would, man. He would. He'd go in there and be a lead blocker if you need him to.
Obviously, a team like Georgia Southern gives you a lot to prepare for. Does that take away from any kind of mention or distraction of the team you got to play in Austin next week?
No question. No question. That has not been mentioned. First game, we want to do well. We're going out there and prove what we've been doing in camp, and then all of a sudden the triple option team comes in, and all your time is just looking at the triple option. How are we going to defend it? There's been no other distractions. We're in good shape. Thank you, guys.
That was Coach O's Week 1 press conference. Always got some sound bites from Coach O. He's fired up, got a team he believes in. Looking forward to taking on the Eagles Saturday night, Death Valley.
And look, we know a lot of you have already listened to it and watched it, but we wanted to give the working people who work during the day and don't have the fancy phones and the stuff that hadn't seen it, so a lot of people like that, and that's why we played it in full.
Well, we got Mike Scarborough coming up after this break. TigerBait.com. He's always got a great segment for us. Looking forward to talking to Mike. We'll have him for you right after this break, right here on Tigers Roar.
No one can stop me when I taste the feeling. Nothing could ever bring me down. Nothing could ever bring me down. Taste the feeling.
Text hubby. Can't wait for tonight. Where are we meeting?
Tonight? Date night? Oh. Find sushi restaurant.
Let's try Wasabi Sushi.
Route to sushi.
The destination is on your left.
Play our song.
Pioneer in-dash systems with Apple CarPlay. Get yours installed today at your local Mesa retailer.
Bolello's Furniture and Appliances, your dependable independent. Depend on us for service, for selection, for price. Get huge Whirlpool savings. Shop now and save on Whirlpool appliances throughout the store. Plus, experience our price match guarantee and ask about special financing.
You can depend on the know-how of people who live appliances every day.
Bolello's Furniture and Appliances, your dependable independent with nationwide buying power.
Hi, I am Dr. Farrell Frugier Jr., and I am a general dentist at Frugier Family Dentistry. I was born and raised in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. I went to Catholic High School, LSU, and LSU School of Dentistry in New Orleans, where I received my DDS degree in 1986. I always have and will continue to be committed to continuing my education, to invest in technology, which makes the diagnosis and delivery of dentistry more thorough, more comfortable, and more aesthetically pleasing. In our practice, we are here to serve the patients. We want to improve their quality of life and to develop relationships with our patients. In dentistry, we have a chance to impact lives on a daily basis, not just by doing dentistry, but by getting to know them and being a part of their life. We also believe in giving back to our community. So every year, we give back to the Greater Baton Rouge Food Bank, Toys for Tots, and Mary Bird Perkins Cancer Center. Please stop by and visit our office. We would love to take care of you and your family.
From appetizers, pasta dishes, and entrees, La Contea takes pride in preparing all the Italian cuisine we know you love. Enjoy live music every Thursday through Saturday from 6 to 9, happy hour weekdays from 3 to 6, and brunch on Sundays from 11 to 2, as well as dinner portion-sized lunch specials for under $10. Visit our website to view our menu and book a party or meeting in our large banquet room. Once you try La Contea, your Italian dining will change forever.
For Total Home Pest Control, who are you going to call?
Call the Bug Man, 923-BUGS.
For Total Pest Control for your home or business, call the original Salvat.
Call the Bug Man today, 923-BUGS.
It's always entertaining here on Tigers Roar. The Budman's even better in person. Come check us out at Scoreboards each and every Wednesday. Right now, a very special segment, as we like to do each and every week. I want to bring in Mike Scarborough from TigerBait.com. Welcome him in. Mike, how are you this afternoon?
Hey, doing good. I'm happy as can be because football season's here.
That's right. Week 1 just a few days away. Saturday night against the Georgia Southern Eagles. LSU Tigers will square off 6:30 ESPNU. Mike, what are you expecting to see quarter number 1? LSU going to come out guns a-blazing, or we're going to try to take some time to feel things out?
Well, you know what's funny is that right before you called, I was doing a phone interview with the Georgia Southern beat writer, and he's coming in, and I was asking him, you know, what are the keys for Georgia Southern? And, you know, it's what Buddy was saying during the break. It was, you know, it's all about time of possession. It's all about them converting on third downs. I know their coach said it on Monday. You know, of course, a lot of it's coach speak. A lot of it's, well, don't turn it over. But, you know, their whole thing is they don't want to give up the big play. They don't want to give LSU a short field. But, you know, you look at that offense they run and you go look at some of their box scores from last season, and if they run 50 plays in a game, only about 9 or 10 of them are passes. So, and a lot of their passes is throwing the deep ball to try and keep the safeties honest, and I just don't know that that's going to work against LSU, and I don't know if you're going to be able to lull this team to sleep and then them break a big one. But one thing that a beat writer did say was that, you know, this isn't your granddaddy's triple option. I mean, they, you know, it's not, they do a lot of modern stuff out of it, but even still, you know, unless LSU comes out and it's similar to Florida Miami, where there's a lot of mistakes and turnovers and clock management issues, I think LSU very well covers the spread.
Yeah, Mike. You know, it's interesting, guys. Coach O talked about it all of the fall camp. They're going to be more aggressive with the defensive front, and I think they're going to get better play at nose guard, Mike. But it will be interesting to see if that D-line can throw Georgia Southern around a little bit. They only had 5 turnovers for the season and did not have 1 INT. LSU, great ball security as well. Burrow only with 5 INTs. LSU lost 8 fumbles, so they had 13 giveaways, 25 takeaways. But, Mike, you know, my contention is that a lot of people are going to be surprised because really with Joe Brady and Steve Ensminger, you got to watch some Saints tape and you got to watch some LSU tape. You got all these wide receivers. Joe Burrow fits like a glove. So I don't think people, especially Georgia Southern, has any idea what this new offense is going to call early. And that's why I expect some dinks and dunks with guys that can really make a big play in space. We'll see if that actually happens Saturday night.
And you know, in what instances, if you win the toss, do you elect to take it on offense? Is this the type of team that you do that? Rather than opt to take it in the second half.
Well, I don't know. Most coaches, JP, generally go ahead and defend and defer and kick, and I guess some of it depends on the wind. But look, LSU's going to have plenty of opportunities on offense, and I'm still excited to see them just go hurry up, no huddle, and up tempo the whole game, because I don't think any of us have ever visualized or fantasized that LSU would do this.
Right.
And now, Mike, they're going to be having some cutting-edge offensive play calls instead of all that max protect and eye football. Watching Florida and Miami, I told Mike after the game, I'm so glad LSU's out of that primary eye formation. This is going to be a lot more fun, but you do have to execute, and as you alluded to, a lot of errors early in the year.
Well, and also too, you can't listen to any talk show in Louisiana that covers LSU, or read any message board or whatever, or any of our conversations, where someone doesn't say, well, how much do you show, how much do you hold back for Texas? And I don't know that you can go in a game like this thinking that way, but certainly, without a doubt, they're going to want to plant some seeds for the Texas coaching staff to have to work on. Some stuff that they purposely want to, put on film, just to maybe have those guys prepare for something that they can, use next Saturday in Austin.
Yeah, I don't think, JP, this is the week to show Clyde Edwards-Helaire with the halfback pass. By the way, he did complete one for a touchdown. But I'm with Mike. What do you think? Do you show him something to have him prepare, or do you keep 4 or 5 real nuggets just in case you need them next Saturday night?
I believe you don't need all the cards. You don't need to show all your cards against Georgia Southern. I mean, you definitely keep your ace in the hole. Look, you're gonna win this game handedly, I believe, just by running the ball, throwing some quick passes, getting some guys in space. I don't think you need to show, the triple reverse or the special plays you've been working on in the walkthrough room. I think the meat and potatoes will get the job done against Georgia Southern, so I think that's all they're going to show.
I just think you probably want to show a set or a personnel group, or do something that you're purposely interjecting it there, so that they see it, and they're going to see it, and then you do something different with it, or you don't use it at all.
Right.
Mike, obviously a lot of talk about depth at corner, a lot of talk about depth at the offensive line. If you could give us your analysis of the strengths and maybe the weaknesses of this LSU football team in 2019.
Well, I mean, look, everybody's focused on the offensive line. Orgeron's made it a point. Joe Burrow made it a point to talk about, how hard that group has worked and come together and the most improved unit on the team. Of course, you can say, well, of course they're the most improved unit. They had the most improvement to make. But, knock on wood, they seem to be reasonably healthy. Hines isn't where you want him to be. But they've got to stay healthy. And then the rest of the way, it's like, man, if you're trying to say, well, where is LSU's weak link? Beyond the offensive line, where is it? Right. And that's why everybody's got LSU going 11-1, 10-2 at worst, a possible playoff team, and all the works. And if the offensive line with what you have right now stays healthy, and then what happens if a month from now you get N. Ingram cleared? Then you start to look a little bit better. And then I think the offense helps the offensive line, because of what they're doing, and they're not running a pro-style offense that is extremely demanding of those offensive linemen, and so we'll see.
Hey, JP and Mike, I coined this term early, and I don't think you'll see it in the first half of the season, maybe the first quarter of the season. But this weather is telling me, guys, thunder and lightning are coming to LSU and be on display Saturday night. Mike, what's fair for the fans to expect from John Emery?
I'm kind of worried because it's thundering and lightning right now, and it's pouring down, and my weather app on my phone says the chance of rain right now is 10%. And it says 0 for Saturday. So So we'll see how that comes out.
But the good Lord was telling us don't sleep on thunder and lightning, and I'm excited, JP and Mike, to see what these guys look like. We know Emory can take it to the house every play. We know they're going to catch the football. We know Tyrion Davis-Price is a short yardage guy, but don't sleep on Clyde Edwards-Helaire. He might be the lightning in the bottle on Saturday night.
Yeah, I think what he's going to do catching balls, I think is going to be fun to watch. I think there's going to be a whole lot of fun to watch, but in a lot of different positions. Emory, Stingley on punt returns. How much do we see Cardell Flott? What are some of the super youngsters that we'll see on return units and special teams? I keep thinking about what we're going to see with the tight ends now. That you got Sullivan there, you've got Thaddeus Moss healthy. I mean, there's just a whole lot of possibilities. You get Chase on back, get to see Damone Clark come into his own. You're going to watch it one Saturday night, and then you're going to have it on your DVR and watch it again on Sunday just to see who all did what, and the newcomers get some chances.
Mike, this Georgia Southern team did win 10 games last year. I've heard some talk about possibly LSU players looking ahead past the Eagles to week 2. Do you expect to see any of that, or is it going to be early dominance and often for the Tigers?
I think because it's the opener, it's at home. It's because it's the first game of the season. You finally got an opponent. I don't know if there's going to be a whole lot of looking forward to Texas.
Right.
Now, is there a chance that they're, not taking this opponent seriously? I guess that can happen. But I just think you have too much good leadership, too many players on the team that want to show what they can do. I think the offense is chomping at the bit to really show everybody what they've been working on behind closed doors all year long.
All right, Mike, let's tie in the recruiting segment of the talk with all of us here at Scoreboards, Tigers Roar. Of course, Mike Scarborough with TigerBait.com. I don't know if you can see it tonight, but we do have a wrinkled up old T-shirt of yours. I apologize. I tried to iron it before the show, and it just is an old cotton shirt that really did not want to, adhere to my poor ironing skills.
Right.
But check out Mike. He's got some incredible specials. Now let's get into the recruiting. Mike, this is when the coaches start multitasking. They'll start going out on Friday nights to show their faces and see players and scout teams and players. And then, of course, as we know, at some point during the season, you start having visitors. So when's the earliest you think they'll bring in visitors at a home game? And with only 2 or 3 spots left, what's LSU looking for on the back end of this?
Well, look, you're going to have some nice group of visitors on this Saturday for the home game. Jacoby and Guillory will be there. I expect just about all the in-state kids to be there for 20, 21, 22. We've already got some 23 names out there. So, but like Ed Orgeron said on Monday, it's really going to kick in a gear here in the next couple of weeks, and 21 is very much the focus now. I mean, the recruiting calendar has been sped up so fast that LSU with 23 commitments right now, if you want to count Jacoby and Guillory, which I think LSU's in great shape after my in-person interview with him last week, that's 24. Marcus Dumerville, you hope, is 25, offensive line from St. Thomas Aquinas in Florida. But then you've also got some other kids out there. Will they take a running back in this class? Zach Evans has kind of been looking like Georgia. Alabama's in there. LSU's in there. Talked to Ashad Johnson last week. He hadn't talked to LSU in a couple of months, but we'll see if that can change here in the coming months. Do they actually take a running back in this class? Is there another outside linebacker? Is there a safety? And of course, that would mean that a couple of the commitments that are there now might not be there on signing day. But you got to hold on to what you got. But 21 is now the focus.
All right, Mike, that's great stuff. Before we let you go, tell everybody about the website, why they should get involved with TigerBait.com today, and everything they can expect when they do log on.
That's it. Go to TigerBait.com. we want you, if you're an LSU fan, we think you'll enjoy the website. Give us a subscription. $1 gets you on the site. You get to try it out. And we really think you'll enjoy all our coverage. Our game coverage this Saturday is getting kicked up to another level. And wait till you see what we have planned for our post-game coverage and more. And, of course, Buddy Sanji continues to roll out some fantastic pieces. Buddy Sanji Monday morning had a 2,200-word entry on our message board, and Tiger Bait subscribers ate it up. So we've got it all for you, tigerbait.com.
Thank you, Mike. Look forward to talking with you next week.
Talk with you next week, bud. Enjoy the Labor Day weekend. And we understand that many of you are off. Hey, you know it starts college football Thursday night, a bunch of games. Yep. JP, Ed Daniels hates this, but they got a bunch of college games on Friday night this weekend, and I guess it's okay because it's mostly jamborees, but a lot of purists don't like college playing on Friday night. They think that should be a high school night. Games on Saturday from 10, 11 o'clock in the morning until midnight. Sunday you got a game, and Monday you got a game with the Labor Day holiday. So it's going to be a great start. And like I said earlier, I don't know how many games. Does your wife watch you, or are you with me going like, hey, you may not want to watch a game with me because I'm going through 2 or 3, 4 games at once?
I'll hit as many games as possible. Of course, I have the young children in the house, so they have their own TV schedule. That's why I put the TV in their room. They got to go watch what they want to watch. Daddy's busy. He's watching football, and it's that time of year. Everybody's excited. LSU, Georgia Southern, 6:30 ESPNU this Saturday from Death Valley Tiger Stadium. Everybody's pumped up. We're pumped up here on Tigers Roar. We'll let you hear from some players right after this break. Come back and join us on Tigers Roar. I'm Jonathan Poche. He's Buddy Sanji. Come join us after this break.
We've been fighting the war on drugs for a long time. We answer the phone 24/7, 365 days a year. On a busy night, we answer hundreds of calls. This war on drugs needs our intervention.
Since 2014, Addiction Hope and Helpline has helped people struggling with drugs and alcohol.
When the phone rings, we help people when they need it the most. When we get a caller into treatment, it feels right. It feels good. It's a blessing.
If you're struggling, drinking, using, and need to get clean, don't suffer alone in silence. Call Addiction Hope and Helpline.
Our people understand, and many are also in recovery. Call for support and strength. You can call for someone who can't or isn't willing. It's an act of love. Together we can help you beat this thing and erase addiction from your vocabulary once and for all.
Call 800-383-8177, 800-383-8177.
Live and play on the fairway at Greystone Golf and Country Club, a serene, challenging golf destination located in Denham Springs. For tee times and membership opportunities, go to GreystonecountryClub.com.
From appetizers, pasta dishes, and entrees, La Contea takes pride in preparing all the Italian cuisine we know you love. Enjoy live music every Thursday through Saturday from 6 to 9, happy hour weekdays from 3 to 6, and brunch on Sundays from 11 to 2, as well as dinner portion-sized lunch specials for under $10. Visit our website to view our menu and book a party or meeting in our large banquet room. Once you try La Contea, your Italian dining will change forever.
For Total Home Pest Control, who are you going to call?
Call the Bug Man, 923-BUGS.
For total pest control for your home or business, call the original Salvant.
Call the Bug Man today, 923-BUGS.
No one can stop me when I taste the feeling. Nothing could ever bring me down. Nothing could ever bring me down. Taste the feeling.
They said I could find you here. Why are you fishing? Our company's got to ship out 2 full color brochures and 20 color copies. You're killing me.
It's done. Designed, printed, packaged, and shipped.
How?
You just got to know the right people. Baker Printing, the printing people.
How come you get to fish in this private lake?
Like I said, You just got to know the right people.
You can know the right people too.
Hi, I'm Bobby Yarborough with Manda Fine Meats. Here at Manda, we know what the folks of South Louisiana love. They love great flavored smoked sausage, delicious deli meats, and specialty items like boudin and andouille sausage. Manda Fine Meats has been providing these products since 1947. We produce them right here in Baton Rouge, so you know you're always getting the freshest product at your local grocery store. Manda Fine Meats. Taste the fresh local flavor in everything we make. Make it Manda every time.
Hello. Hola. Ni hao.
Experience what the Baton Rouge International School can offer your children. Now welcoming displaced students for short and long-term stability.
Welcome back to Tigers Roar. I am Jonathan Poche alongside the Bud Man, Buddy Sanji. Want to let you guys hear from some players from LSU because you know they're all amped up to get ready for week 1. The Georgia Southern Eagles are coming into Death Valley, start out the college football season for you Baton Rouge Tiger fans. Really looking forward to it. Bud Man, I know you're feeling good. Looking forward to some good football.
Grant Delpit had to get over a hammy. Obviously, Caleb Von Chason missed some time. And then Lloyd Cushenberry, I think, along with Joe Burrow, the single most important guy. Who plays backup center, we really don't know. Cush is also going to wear 79 with a number 18 patch because you can't wear 18 as an O-lineman.
Let you hear from Grant Delpit, the leader on the defense, number 7 this season, looking to make some plays. If you didn't know, Grant Delpit, the only player in college football last season to have 5 interceptions and 5 sacks. He's an outstanding young football player, ready to lead that LSU defense to great things this season. Here is junior safety Grant Delpit.
Oh yeah, I got it picked out. You know I got it picked out already.
What you working with there?
It's gonna be simple, but extravagant.
Miss Arden Key's outfits?
Yeah, Miss Arden. You know, I'm looking forward to Mike and Andre Anthony stuff. So we're gonna see.
So with class starting today and the students back and everything, are you feeling energy for football and that's here?
Yeah, definitely, most definitely, especially because, you know, we got a game right on Saturday. So, you know, people are very excited around here. You know, football's big around here, so, you know, everybody's in class just talking about it already.
Caleb said he might have charted, he ran 5 miles today, chasing John Trey around at practice.
Yeah.
That's what it's been like.
Yeah, it's a running. You know, we got to be a running defense. We got to pursue to the ball. Whenever you play an option team, you know, we got to run sideline to sideline. So it's definitely a lot of running this week.
Grant, are you tired of hearing about Georgia Southern's triple option at this point?
You know, we've been hearing about it for a while, but I'm glad we played in week 1 because this is a completely different offense, and we want to see this, you know, for the rest of the season. So I'm glad we play in week 1. You know, play this game and take care of business.
Coach O said they've been planning for this since February.
Mm-hmm.
Is that true?
Yeah, planning for it, I've definitely been hearing about it. Just as far as, you know, seeing it in practice, man, probably starting in camp and stuff like that. But, you know, it's definitely a different offense that we had to get ready for early.
Did you play against it in high school at all?
I played against triple option a lot of times, you know, little league, high school, all that. It's definitely a tough offense. It's just about, you know, having your assignment, you know, having the confidence that if it runs in my gap, I'm going to make the play.
Is it more, do you have to be more patient to play against it?
Definitely. You know, if the DN screams up the field, that opens a wide, you know, gap that the quarterback's going to take right there. So it's just assignment ball.
I mean, you guys hinge upon creating turnovers as a defense, but you're going up against a team that barely gives up the ball. So you guys really focusing on to give yourselves those opportunities.
Yeah, you know, the quarterback threw 0 interceptions last year, so you know that says that they're smart with the ball and they don't throw the ball that much. But you know, whenever they do throw the ball, we're gonna, you know, be ready for it, read our keys, and we'll be on point. But yeah, this game is just about assignment.
What have you seen?
That you've had as a team, a relatively healthy camp outside of just normal bruises, hang-ups.
Yeah.
How huge is that for week 1?
Oh, that's huge. You know, big injuries, you hate to see it. You know, they're terrible, but you know, we've been blessed that we only had one with you know, lineman Cordell. So it's great to have a healthy camp.
What have you seen in Michael Divinity in making the position switch?
Yeah, just leadership on his side, that he would, you know, take that upon himself to, you know, switch positions and, you know, get more guys on the field so he go to linebacker, just make more plays. So it's definitely a leadership role that he brings to the team, and I'm excited for it.
just personally, you know, the first game, the chance to run out of the tunnel again for the first time.
Yeah.
What is that general excitement, you know, as you lead up to it? Because you've been waiting all off season for this game.
We waited for a while. You know, we got a taste of it in spring, but, you know, everybody knows that's not how it really is. So, you know, all the fans back, all the students back, it's going to be huge. You know, I'm excited for it.
I get your thoughts on Torrey Carter and any funny stuff you can say about the heavy metal, the eye black, I mean, just the whole thing.
Yeah, Torrey's definitely a character, man. He, you know, he got that gator tatted right here. I don't know if y'all know what that means, but, you know, he's going to get after somebody, you know, behind. But, you know, he's a crazy guy. You know, I hate to see it when he's running full speed at me, you know, in the hole, because, you know, I got to come with it. So, you know, he's going to come with it every practice, you know, go 100%. And, you know, yeah, he's crazy. We love to have him on the team.
Two more turn down the heavy metal music. I mean, do you hear that?
Yeah, you know, I'm not a very big heavy metal guy, but, you know, Torrey is, so that's it.
Delpit, definitely the leader in the secondary, going to wear number 7, as I mentioned this year. That's going to be the playmaker number, so hopefully he can keep making plays like the guys that came before him, the Honey Badger, Fournette, Shark.
I'm greedy. 6 and 6. 6 INTs, 6 sacks.
Wow.
Let's go with it.
I like that number. One more from last year. I just mentioned before. You heard from Delpit that he was the only player in college football with 5 and 5. Also, another guy making a huge impact, or hoping to make a huge impact for Coach Dave Arena's defense, is going to be that man, number 18, Clavon Chason. He got hurt last year, ready to show everybody what he can do. And look, everybody is pumped up, not only the team, but the school. Everybody they see in their classes, they all know Chason. They want him to get back on the field and do good things. Here is number 18, Clavon Chason. Looking forward to getting out there and actually playing a game since being injured last year.
Right. You know, I got to look decent, you know what I'm saying? My mama raised me, she gonna be upset if I come down looking any type of way. So I gotta get something. See, Arden used to do a little thing. He used to come down flashy. Then you got Andre Anthony, he used to be flashy too. So I ain't gonna try to keep up with them, but I'm gonna keep it a little decent to where if I walk in the court, I get a little respect, somebody wanna hire me.
Arden stuff is pretty.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I used to ask him where he get his stuff. He ain't never want to share it with me, so now I got to do my own thing, got a shot.
So you were on campus today?
Yeah.
So tell me the feeling about, like, students and everything. I mean, can you feel an excitement now that you're going into the game week and school's started?
Yeah, it's definitely a lot of energy on campus right now. You know, everybody excited. Obviously, people know who you are, you know, football players, you know, student athletes. So it's just a lot of energy going around, a lot of friendly faces of everyone speaking. So it's good to want to have game week going, see a lot of faces, 102,000 worked at the stadium.
Have you been chasing Jontre Kirkland a lot at practice?
Bro, too much, man. I've been chasing him all day. I know we got these little bugs. I know myself probably saying I ran 5 miles today, man. I be had to tell him slow down sometimes. I have to tackle him with no pads just to let him know the word, like slow down.
How are things different for you with the triple option? For you personally, what's different than what you might get in a normal game?
I mean, as far as myself, obviously, I'm finally back. So I just be wanting to go. Sometimes I just want to go. Like, I want to go. I want to hit somebody. I just want to roll. But this is a game of patience, you know what I'm saying, and gap sound. And that's one of the things that's going to go out throughout the whole game. And that's one thing I got to focus on, just being gap sound and have patience and doing my job to consistently throughout the whole game and don't make anything up.
Did you play against it in high school much?
Nah, I played against the wing T. I was like, bro, do we still do this nowadays? Like, but I played against some tricky offenses at that point. I was just like, look, just tackle anything who got the ball. So
with this quarterback, is it more about containment or like the reads outside that he has to go to?
I mean, everything. Obviously, you want to contain him. He's not really a pass-first type of guy. I mean, he don't get me wrong, he got a little arm on him, but every chance he get, if he can scramble, he's going to scramble. He got some speed on him. He got nice little quickness and shifty athletic ability. And that's one of the things we got to focus on this week as far as managing a dual-threat quarterback. You got to watch him on the run, then you got to watch him with his arm as well. So, like I said, just doing my responsibility the whole time on the option, just holding the quarterback, playing quarterback to pitch or pitch your quarterback, however the system goes that we run against him, and just doing my job the whole time.
Coach was talking about that middle linebacker position still really hasn't been nailed down, but it's got so many candidates. Do you like that they're all athletic, especially going going against a team like Georgia Southern?
Definitely. I mean, I'm glad that we can trust them. The great thing about it is coming into this that it's 3 people that we can trust consistent that's going to do their job. And I guess it's a good and bad thing. It's a good thing that we can trust all 3. I mean, it's somewhat of a bad thing because you want to get who it is, and we want to get that chemistry going right away and get the first starting 11 team rolling. And that's what's going on right now.
How anxious would you say you are personally after last year just to get in a game?
I'm anxious. At the same time, I know it's another game. You know what I'm saying? You got to control your emotions. The game, it can get crazy at any time. 2 years ago, we played against Troy. And so like I said, you got to control your emotions and just play. You just do your job and just help do whatever it takes for the team to win. Don't make it too personal.
This team doesn't force a lot of turn. It doesn't give up a lot of the ball, fairly. What are you guys looking to try to do to get against favorable situations for y'all?
I mean, one of our main things we've been working on is forcing turnovers, so they can continue to run the same offense as long as we get our hand on the ball, strip attempts, punch at the ball. And like I said, enough hits, especially on the quarterback. You wear enough hits, you hit them enough, they'll wear them down. And if someone get a little lazy with the ball, or however the case may be, if open field, if they get a little break, they'll get lazy with the ball, and that's where we take our chances and we try to get the ball out.
All right, you heard from a couple defensive players. Also want to give some love to the offense. The starting center for this team, junior Lloyd Cushenberry III. He was voted to have number 18. He'll wear number 79 is what he said, but at that special number 18 patch. That means he's a leader on the team, does everything right off the field. Here is Lloyd Cushenberry III, starting center for the LSU Tigers.
First of all, there's a lot of traffic going to class. I was almost late for workout early this morning because of the traffic. But it's exciting to be the first day of class. Just getting ready for this game week, and we all excited. A lot of energy at practice, and I just feel like it's a buzz around the whole campus. So we can't wait to get out there.
You guys feel like you healed up on the line and ready to play a game?
Oh yes, sir. We definitely got some guys. Getting some guys back. Jason Hines, he's feeling better. Damian Lewis, he's 100% now. So that was huge for us, especially coming into this week to get healthy and just getting that chemistry down and getting ready for Saturday.
Boy, what do you see from the left guard position, whoever they play?
Whoever gets to start, I feel comfortable with Adrian or Chasen. Adrian's had a great camp. He's really matured a lot, and he's a guy who can play guard and tackle. He's so versatile. And Chasen, he's an athletic guy, can play guard, center, whatever you need him to. And so, whoever gets to start, I feel comfortable with. I know he has my back.
How excited are you guys to show off this offense finally to your fans?
Yeah, we can't wait. I know it's been a lot of talk, but we try to, like Coach O always says, of course, block out the noise. But now it's finally time to, to show what we have and show what we've been working so hard on since really January. So it's very exciting. We have an explosive offense, and we can't wait to showcase.
Lloyd, Coach O several times has talked about it. We're going to run the spread and put 4 and 5 wide receivers and everything. We got 5 guys to block.
Yeah.
So does that make your job even more important and, I don't want to say difficult, but I'm getting at it. Everyone's got to one-on-one.
It definitely starts with the O-line. It starts with us in the run game, pass game, and definitely, we understand we have to, we got to protect Joe. We do that. He's gonna be great. So it all starts with us, and just doing our job and trusting the man next to you that he's gonna do his job. And I feel like we have a great group, and we're ready for the challenge. We up for it.
Lloyd, what's your definition of
noise? Noise, just Twitter, fans talking. Pretty much. No disrespect to you guys. But y'all, doing your job on Twitter. Making things exciting for the fans, and fans thinking they know everything, but that's my definition of it.
But isn't that hard though? Because I'm sure you guys are on Twitter all the time.
It's definitely hard, but we see it, but we just gotta ignore it and we gotta move on, focus on what we have to do on the field, because at the end of the day, no one else is on the field but us, and no one else is out here every day practicing in 100 degrees and putting the work in every day. So we just got to get the job done.
Joe said that Georgia Southern's defensive front looks pretty good. What are you guys seeing? How do you think they're offensive?
Yeah, they're a solid team. They don't do a lot as far as as stunts and, you know, trying to confuse you. They just stay basic, and they're pretty good at it. So you can tell they definitely know what they they're well coached, and they know what they're supposed to do, and they do it well.
Did you ever play against John Trey Kirkland in high school?
Yes, I did. Yeah, every year we played them first game of the year, Lutcher and Dutchtown, and he put up some numbers against us at quarterback. He was pretty good.
So these practices bringing back some Friday night.
Yeah. I was telling Sadiq on Saturday the scrimmage. You know, I just remember him running read option and running up and down the field against us when I was in high school. It's amazing how good of an athlete he is and some of the things he can do.
Wrap it up here on Tigers Roar. Lloyd Cushenberry, obviously very vital to the LSU Tigers. The starting center, the captain of that O-line that needs to perform this year.
Hey, call me crazy. I like LSU to get on the board early. 36 points all year long. Last year in the first quarter, the whole year. I want a goose egg for Georgia Southern. Yeah. Expect LSU dink and dunk, hurry up, no huddle, up tempo. You're not going to see LSU huddle this year. People are going to be drinking that beer and wine saying, they're not huddling. They're not huddling, baby. They're not going to do that this year. And oh, by the way, great show with Chris Powers and Coach Dawson Odoms. Remember, the Jags, the Saints, and the Tigers all have a chance to be special this year. 55-10 LSU over Georgia Southern.
Wow, I like the pick. Definitely a lot of points. Joe Burrow did throw those 4 touchdown passes in the bowl against UCF. He looks to continue that streak and just light up the Eagles. We'll see if it can come to fruition with that no huddle, hurry up, spread you out, and get it to those playmakers kind of offense.
Well, look, I'm not disrespecting Georgia Southern, but I think LSU's done a great job of getting their injuries back. Most of them will be back other than Cardell Thomas. A lot of speed, a lot of assignment football. Got to tackle the dive, got to tackle the quarterback, got to tackle the pitch. But you like LSU's chances, and obviously you want to show some things, but not too much.
Once again, 6:30 on ESPNU. LSU Tigers take on the Georgia Southern Eagles. Also some NFL. New Orleans Saints have their 4th preseason game. Get ready for that regular season. They have the game tomorrow, Thursday night, in the Dome. They'll take on the Dolphins at 7 o'clock. Once again, ESPNU at 6:30 for the LSU Georgia Southern game. I want to thank you out there for watching Tigers Roar. I want to thank my man, Buddy Sanji, doing a fantastic job. I want to thank Mike Scarborough from TigerBait.com for setting a great segment. I also want to thank the guys in the truck. Couldn't do it without them. Alan and Greg, thank you guys. Look forward to speaking with you again next week. And this has been Tigers Roar.